Hello everyone and welcome back. My name is Greg Furman, market analyst here at TraderPlanet.com, and these are the market positions for January the 27th, 2010. Now our first position this evening is going to be in the Australia US dollar currency pair in the Forex spot Forex market. First of all, we can identify here that we have a fresh crossover from Vantage Point to the downside on the triple EMA crossover, which is a very significant indicator. We have the 3-day crossing over the 8-day and the 18-day predicted moving average. That's happened about a week ago. We can see what's happened since then. We've got significant resistance building in this 91 area. We've got Australia CPI tonight, not likely to favor the Aussie dollar, but again, with these economic releases, you never know what's going to happen. But for now, based on our calculations, that this is moving lower. So with that said, we're going to identify our key levels of resistance: 91.08, 90.88, and 90.28. Now I suspect the 90.28 area is likely to hold tonight going into this announcement. Between 90.28 and 90.88 is where we want to set our entry point. Now again, we're going to go in and check the daily report, see what's happening there. We want to see that if it's supporting our move here. Now again, once we get that CPI number, it's difficult to say which way it'll go in the short term, but the bigger term picture here on Aussie US is clearly to the downside. So we have 90.88 is the predicted high, 89.32 is the predicted low. Now with that said, we're going to go back in now and have a look at this chart, make sure everything is setting up properly. Now for tonight, again, we have our predicted high, we have our predicted low. We know where the market's been over the last couple of days. We've seen a good amount of resistance building in that 90-80 area. So it's unlikely we're going to get a retest of this area. So again, this is why I'm looking at the 3-day exponential moving average from Vantage Point and the 8-day exponential moving average from Vantage Point, and taking a blended rate of that area at the 90.50 is where we're going to look to enter our short positions tonight. Stops will be above the 91.08 area, preferably in the 91.40, 91.50 is where probably the best place to put stops, giving it about 100 pip room to move. And again, we're going to be targeting this area down here right now. We're going to be targeting the 88 level. 87 area is a likely, if this area in the 91.08 area holds, we're very likely to move towards the 88-87 mark before we get any real significant bounce. Now that's left to be seen, and that's a long way out, but for now that's the analysis and how we're going to play this. So again, shorts Australia US tonight anywhere below 91.08. Our specific target area for tonight, 90.50. Now that's our first position. Our second position here, we're going to change gears somewhat and go into the stock markets. Now for our second position tonight, we're going to be looking at Louisiana Pacific LPX stocks. What we can see is we have the Vantage Point as the 3-day has crossed over the 8-day predicted moving average from Vantage Point. However, has not crossed over the 18-day predicted moving average, making this look like a very interesting opportunity we have here. We've closed at 739. 18-day predicted moving average at 732, 744 on the 8-day, and 739 on the 3-day exponential moving average. So with that, whenever we're close to the 18-day predicted moving average like this, it represents opportunity. I just want to take a moment here and point this out at this $7 range, where we can see that these two candlesticks have come down, touched the 18-day predicted moving average, subsequently moving all the way up to the $8 mark. Now a $1 move on a $7 stock is a very significant move, considering it was a very short period of time, less than 30 days, that we got this move. So you know, if we're getting a 15% move on a stock like that, that's a very nice move. Now the crossover on this stock has taken place back in December the 15th. Everything holding up quite well, considering a lot of the other stocks are really taking a hit over the last few days or a week or so. So this stock has held up quite well. We're going to be looking to buy this off that 732 mark, I think. But first, we're going to go in, look at the daily report from Vantage Point, look at the predicted highs, look at the predicted lows, make sure we're clear on what the outlook for tomorrow is likely to be. Now we can see we have our neural indexes turned down. 753 is the high, 717 is the low. Longer term difference is still positive, while the short term and the medium term are negative. So for tomorrow, we're going to use the $7.17 mark. We're going to be trading off Vantage Point predicted highs and predicted lows. We're going to be looking for approximately a 40-cent move on this stock, which is still a good move. We're going to be looking for a 6 to 7% move on this stock, at which time we can consider holding it at that time, or potentially getting rid of it as a day trade. Now we can also see here that our close today was higher than yesterday. We've closed at 739 on this stock, so we're going to be looking for that pullback towards this 1717 area to get into our buy positions, and then we'll be targeting 753 as the predicted high. So that stock, everything looks good there for that stock too. So we'll be watching that one very closely tomorrow. Now, for our third trade for tonight, we're going to change gears once again, and we're going to go into the futures markets. Now for tomorrow, we have the US dollar index is going to be our third position. Now we do have the FOMC announcement tomorrow. It's going to be a very volatile day in the late afternoon on the US dollar index. However, I believe any pullback is a good buying opportunity. So what we can see here is that we have a slight dip from vantage point. The 8-day attempted to cross over the 18-day predicted moving average unsuccessfully. Subsequently, we got a reversal. We got the crossover, the 3-day crossing over the back above the 8-day and the 18-day predicted moving average, leading us into this buy signal, which we're currently in now. So we can also take note that the lows are much higher when we got the crossover here. So what we're going to be looking for tomorrow, we're going to be looking to buy positions on the US dollar index at approximately the 78.15 area. Now there's a number of different ways that the US dollar index can be traded. It can be traded on the spot basis, on the futures, through the UUP, which is an ETF fund. Which the UUP is a bull bear fund, very simple. You know, you're betting either up or down on the US dollar. So for now, we're definitely looking at further upside potential. This close above this 78.60 mark is a very bullish move. I had talked about this in the Forex market outlook for the week, where this 78.50 area was somewhat of a hump, but we've cleared above it and we've actually closed above it. So I anticipate, you know, maybe not tomorrow, but later in the week, that this starts moving back towards the 79.50 area, and a potential breakout in the US dollar index is very high. So again, what we're going to do is we're going to go into our daily report, just confirm the predicted highs and predicted lows coincide with the entry point that I've chosen at the 78.15 area. Very important to check that, you know, just to make sure that everything is lining up. So everything looks good here. We've had 2 days down on the neural index. We have the neural index is turned up on the US dollar index. The predicted low for tomorrow, 78.19, coincides with the 8-day predicted exponential moving average from vantage point. 78.82 also looks good. Just want to point out to everybody here, we've closed 78.50, 78.51, 78.61, the highest close we've had in the US dollar index in months, if not years. So no, I'm just kidding, it hasn't been years, but it's certainly been months. So anyway, at any rate, tomorrow that's our position. The US dollar index is going to pull back towards the 78.19, 78.15 area. We're going to be looking to get back into buy positions. We're going to have the stops on the index below the 77.50 area to make sure that we stay clear of any FOMC market volatility. So those are the market positions for January the 27th, 2010. And again, my name is Greg Furman, market analyst here at TraderPlanet.com.